Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. The summer of 2023. Summer is supposed to be blockbuster time when it comes to the movies. Big budget, big tentpole things, people going in the millions, eating their popcorn, drinking their soda, sneaking in certain foods, sneaking in certain drinks. When you go see stuff, it's supposed to be the time where Hollywood and all these studios, all these companies make the big bucks so that they can then make other stuff for the rest of the year. Summer of 2023 has not gone the way I think a lot of the big studios and big companies have wanted, but it also hasn't quite played out the way us, and when I say us, I mean we critics, we guys who give you takes on YouTubes, those of us who are predictors, prognosticators. It hasn't quite gone the way we expected it to. Some things played out exactly as predicted. Others came out of nowhere, and then a couple, while we knew they were heading down the track, we didn't know they were going to fly off the track into the stratosphere. Let's break it down. Why this summer of 2023 is not what most people expected in the end. It started with let's start with the predictable things. The predictable stuff you can understand. I talked about it a lot. Many channels talked about it a lot. The disaster that is Disney. Disney movies crashing and burning. It started in May with The Little Mermaid live action piece of trash. Here we are. It's just been released on digital, and it didn't even break $550 million worldwide on a total budget of $390 million, because they did release their marketing numbers, which means they needed upwards of $750, $800, maybe even $900 million to sniff at break even. They didn't get that. Little Mermaid lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Yay. Prediction 1 happened. Elemental. Nobody knew this movie was coming out. Nobody knew it was happening. And that's why it also lost money. On a budget of $200 million, it needed about $500 million to break even, and it hasn't. Despite the fact that shills lie to you. Shills are trying to lie to you to tell you that Elemental has broken even, when in fact it has not. It has also lost money for Disney. Our favorite, the punching bag that we knew it was going to be, Indiana Jones and the Dial-Up of Destiny. Here we are, I believe, 4 weeks in now. $337 million worldwide. It also needed to be over $800, $900 million, maybe even $1 billion to break even. Complete and total flop for Disney Lucasfilm. Hundreds of millions of dollars lost. Complete boom. And now, here comes Haunted Mansion. Today, noted that its previews on Thursday only netted $3 million for its $157 million budget. Who knows what the marketing is? Probably a little closer to $200 million. This thing needs probably between $350 and $450 to break even. Incoming flop. The predictability part of this. Disney would lose hundreds of millions of dollars to go along with its failing Disney Plus that loses nearly $1 billion every quarter. We knew this was coming. That was the easy part, as was The Flash. We knew The Flash was going to be bad because it needed $1 billion to break even. And here's where my missteps in my predictions begin to go wrong. We all predicted it was not going to make its money, but I thought it would be a little more of a spectacle movie. I thought it would make a little more. I thought it would be about $500, $600 million. Nope, here we go. $267 million. In box office receipts. Some are claiming it's doing really well in digital. Nobody cares. Still a flop. Hundreds of millions of dollars lost. Warner Brothers, they're hurting. They're hurting on this. They're not going to be hurting in a few moments when we get that. Now, here's where the, I guess, unexpected successes begin. I didn't have a lot vested interest in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, but it did really well. On its $100 million budget, it needed only $300 million. It was in profit mode by its second weekend, and it has made money for Sony. Congratulations. People love it. People had a good time. I personally don't care. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Moving on, but this was somewhat expected. Nobody expected it to do this. So it made money. Boom, there you go. Now here's where the completely out of left field stuff begins. This craziness, the surrealness of this summer of 2023. Sound of Freedom. Something Disney had, kept it on a shelf, sold it off because it didn't fit their agenda. And here we go on a $14 million budget, currently domestic, has made $133 million. This is insane. On its budget, by the metrics, lining up against other things, this is a massive success, and it is now going to get international releases. That is official. So this movie, we put that question out there. The only question left is how far will it go? It could possibly hit $200 million, maybe beyond. This is a massive success, and it's also a massive success because it is talking about a topic that people need to pay attention to. So Sound of Freedom, we are happy on this channel to see its success. We want it to keep going, and we hope that the message gets across. Now here's where the unpredictability begins. I am on the record, streams, videos past, of saying that Indiana Jones, while it had its 12-day run before a certain movie came out that would knock it off. And that certain movie was Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 did do what I expected it to do. I expected it to completely knock Dial Up of Destiny out of the water, and it did. The only problem was it didn't do much else. Here it is, plain and simple. On its massive $290 million budget, probably well over $300 million because of marketing. It needed the same range as Little Mermaid and Indiana Jones Dial Up of Destiny to hit break even. This is going to be a massive flop. And it's unfortunate because by all accounts, it's a great movie. A great movie. People have enjoyed it massively, but it just failed to find traction. Now, there's a lot of we've been postulating a lot here on this channel and on other streams and other channels that it's failure. There's a lot of factors in its failure, but there is one fact we cannot deny. Mission Impossible 7 has flopped. It will not hit break even. It will not make a profit, and that's a shame. So we didn't see this come. I thought this would be, and again, I'm on the record, I thought this was going to be $1.6 billion massive success based upon what Tom Cruise did with Maverick. We thought this was going to be the blockbuster to beat all blockbusters this summer, but it wasn't. It's done. And it's done in large part to Barbenheimer. Barbie. This is what has blown all of our minds to make this summer the truly unexpected movie summer. We knew Barbie was going to do something. We all knew it was going to do something. We didn't know. As of today, these numbers are not updated. We know that it's crossed 500 million worldwide. We didn't know it was going to do this. This is mega. This is stratosphere. Now, there's a lot wrapped up in the Barbie conversation. We're not going to really go into that here, only to say that I predicted last weekend it was going to, when it had its 350-odd million opening weekend, I said it's going to slap on another $200 million this weekend, probably get $500-600 million by next week. I said that. I still believe that. It's clearly on track. It's probably going to break $600 million by next Monday. But something tells me that the Barbie phenomena is going to start to taper off next week. Because with everything that's wrapped up in its messaging, I think that word of mouth, because this was the week of the normies. This week was the week where the normie masses were really going to weigh in, because the opening weekend was all about the polar opposites. The extremes that love it and the extremes that hate it, putting their time into moving it. That's where it got. This, and some normies. Normies are always going to be there, but the massive amount of normies, that is this week. I think that's why we see its massive gains this week into the weekend. I think that might change going into next week. Something tells me, I have no real proof. It's just an instinct. And I could be totally wrong. And we'll know by this time next week if I'm wrong. If it's put on another $200 million, then I was completely wrong. And I will say so either in a video or on a stream. I will say it. But Barbie is real. It's making money, and the question is, will it hit $1 billion? If my theory, my instincts play out this coming week, it won't. If I'm wrong, then it will. Kind of hope it doesn't, because I'm on the side of I think this movie is all kinds of wrong agenda messaging that shouldn't be pushed on a regular public. The other side of the coin, Oppenheimer. Rated R Nolan movie, one of his I believe his biggest release of all time. $241 million. There it is. It's happening. People are going to sit down to watch a 3-hour movie of people just talking to each other. No big set pieces, no action moments, no epic build-ups, isn't that, unless you count the test explosion. But there it is, Oppenheimer making money too. That's the summer. I mean, we have a couple movies left coming out this summer. Seth Rogen, Turtles, which I am on the side of predicting it's going to be a massive disaster. Although Paramount's doubling, tripling down on it by adding a limited series plus a second movie before it even comes out. I think it's a mistake, but only time will tell. And there's a couple other things. We already mentioned Haunted Mansion, ready to flop, and a few other things that are kind of on the niche end. They're not going to make massive amounts of money, but people are looking forward to a few of them. But that's kind of it. This is the summer. The movies we've just gone over, these were the summer movies. And this has been a weird-ass summer. What do I think this means going forward for movies in general? Movies have a long way to go to recover. People have gone to the movies. They're celebrating Sound of Freedom. They went to see Spider-Man. Barbie is Barbie. Oppenheimer. A couple other things yet to come out maybe. But movies aren't saved, if you ask me. Because personally, to me, the movie-going experience is crap now. Reserving seats, paying too much, waiting in lines for concessions, all that. It's not fun anymore. 45 minutes of commercials before the movie even starts. Yeah, we got stadium seating now, and I don't care about IMAX. But to me, the movie-going experience, it's not what it was for me from the 80s into the 2000s. It's just not fun anymore. I'm perfectly happy to wait for a digital release where I can enjoy it in comfort and go take a piss in between moments. I can pause and go to the bathroom, eat my own delicious food rather than crap concessions in a movie theater. And as far as the quality of movies, yeah, people have enjoyed some stuff. They've really enjoyed Spider-Man, Sound of Freedom. That's a different beast. Mission Impossible is just a fun action movie. And again, I can't explain this. There is a distinct difference between the quality of what movies were even 20 years ago, 10 years ago, to what they are now. The bar is so low that if something even makes us half chuckle or has no agenda at all, it skyrockets to success in our books because we weren't lectured to in a movie. That's where we are. And I don't see anything coming down the pipeline that changes that perspective. No, I see no great creativity. All I see are more reboots, revivals, remakes, and movies we didn't ask for. Disney Star Wars, we're looking at you. So there you go, guys. What do you think of this weird-ass summer of 2023? I think it's an anomaly in a lot of ways. And in the end, movies aren't saved. Go back and watch the old good stuff. You'll definitely be entertained then. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I hope to earn your support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan, fake fan, and SJW fifis. Hit the notification button for my videos if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from real passionate, true fans like you. I care what you think. I do not care what the Stans and the SJWs have to say, because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboards, and I live to trigger them. It's fun for me. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows. at the Ren Nerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.